Hey folks, this is Owner's Handicap coming back at you from Handicap Manor. Gonna do something a little different today. I noticed a grinding on my brakes the other day. Kind of the first time I'd heard it for a while, something like that for a while. So we're gonna take the front wheels off the Jeep and we're gonna give it a check to see if I know I'm gonna need rotors, I know I'm gonna need pads, but I want to check to see if I need calipers or flexible lines. So we're gonna take you along with us. Let me show you the setup here real quick. Let's see here. If you look out back, you can see I've got it chalked so it won't roll forward on me. Got the front wheel here. I already got the jack under it. I got a piece of cardboard to sit on and to do my work on, because if you look, I work on a gravel driveway. So it's one of them things that's not necessarily the most pleasant thing to sit on. So let's take you along, show you some of the stuff that I use and show you the way I use it. So come along with us. Okay, folks, I know some of you know how to change tires, some of you don't. So we'll make this a quick lesson on changing tires and check the brakes. I use I think it's an 18 millimeter deep well impact socket on a ratchet to break all my lug nuts loose. Sorry about that noise. Somebody beeping the horn at the post office next door. But we'll ignore that. These are factory Jeep wheels. Got new tires put on because of a blowout a while back. Okay, now that I've got all the lug nuts loose, I'm going to jack the front end up. And we're going to use our trusty Bauer Harbor Freight impact wrench, or impact driver on that. Doesn't need a lot of torque now that they're loose. All we're going to worry about now, get the tire off the ground so I can take the wheel off. Oh, wow. Just what I thought. You can see the outside of this rotor is pretty well shot. The inside feels pretty good, but the outside's shot. That means either this isn't releasing properly or my flex line isn't releasing properly. So, I'm not quite sure which way to bet. But let me find, ouch, a wrench that fits my bleeder. Hold on a minute. Okay, folks, we're back. My bleeder on this is a 10 millimeter. So I'm going to crack this loose. Till I get a little bit of fluid out. That way I can test my brake. What you want to do when you're trying to test your caliper, the trick my grandfather taught me years ago, is you get in and you step hard on the brake pedal. And it's pretty good and hard. Hold it for a couple seconds, then let off. Then once you come out here, you see if you can turn the rotor, which if you see, I can't turn the rotor. So what you want to do is you want to break open your bleeder till there's fluid again. Got to get me a screwdriver. Sorry, folks. Stick a screwdriver in, see if you can open it up just a little bit. Okay, there. Now it turns. So we're going to tighten that bleeder back up. That's telling me this caliper's no good. So I got to order a rotor, a set of pads, and a caliper. And I have to do the same thing on the other side because, again, both sides are grinding. Both sides are causing me problems. So I'll leave my tools out, put my dust kite back over my bleeder. I'm going to put my tire back on. There we go. I guess that's easier said than done. I usually use my leg, but since my knee surgery, I'm not allowed to do that yet. I always start my lug nuts by hand, more than one turn. I like to give them 2 or 3 turns, just to make sure they're on them threads nice and straight. If they thread on nice and easy with your hand, that means they're pretty well threaded properly. So there we go with that. Let's run them in with my impact. Still use a star pattern. Then I go around and hit them all once. You only need a couple, as Derek would say, ugga-duggas. As Paul would say, ugga-duggas. You only need a few. Then I'll put my socket on my impact, or on my breaker bar, or my ratchet, because that's what I've got today. Let that tire down to where it's touching the ground, so I can get a good bite on these. I basically lean on these. I should have a torque wrench, I know. Go around these a couple times. Then what I'll do is once I drive this for a couple hours, go to the store or something like that, I'll check these again, make sure they're tight, because this is an alloy wheel. So, I'll check the other side. I don't think I need to bring you along for that one right now. Unless I discover something that's different, I'll shoot this one. Then we'll come back when I get the parts and we put it on. Okay, we'll talk to you later, folks. Okay, folks, well, we're back. Same day. I called the parts store. They had all the parts I needed for this. Plus, they warranted my brake pads, because I brought the pads there about a year ago. I replaced the other caliper when we bought this Jeep. And now, we're having to put pads back on it, because I greased and lubed and everything on this one, but I never replaced the caliper. I replaced both rotors. There's no warranty on the rotor, unfortunately. So, nice new rotor. There's my new pad. The rotor just slides on. Nothing really holds it. So, see if I can get that to turn a little bit for me. I guess not. Well, I'll cheat with that. I'll turn the key on. And turn it. Okay, that just makes things easier for me. No. Thanks, Mom. Thanks for the ride. Well, as you heard, my mother-in-law is the one that took me down the road to get my new parts. It kind of shocked me a little bit because, honestly, this caliper came with new bolts, came with the bracket. It came with pretty much everything to put it back together. I'm not quite used to that. So that was kind of nice. And here it is. Everything's pretty much already assembled. That's nice. I ain't never seen one already come together with the bracket. I don't know whether to like that or not like that. The problem I see with that is it kind of makes everybody a little lazy. It looks like I'm still going to have to take it apart, though, so I can put the pads in. Maybe. Unless I can slap the pads in from right here. Again, this is kind of new to me. Look at that. I don't even have to take the caliper off the bracket. It all just slides in here together. You know what, folks? I kind of like that. Except for one thing. They gave me the wrong caliper. No, they didn't. The bleeder screws at the top, like it's supposed to be. That's kind of my fault. I wasn't thinking right. So you get the pads in place. You have to get down over the rotor. That one pad give me a fit. Not wanting to go in right. We'll get it. There we go. This is always a fun part, getting everything lined up, getting the bolt holes lined up and all that. Let's see if I can get the ball in one first. What? Okay. Well, I got the bottom one started. I'm shooting a video, sweetheart. You're fine. Well, I thought I had the bottom one started. I guess I didn't. Let's try that again. Well, the wife and the baby just come out. They're picking up some rocks that they're going to paint for our Halloween trick-or-treating. We're doing a Charlie Brown theme style Halloween this year. And as the trick part, they're getting their little bags that we'll show you in one of our other videos. Probably after Halloween. Okay. I guess before I got too far trying to put that on there, I should have seen if these bolts will actually screw in here. And they do. Just that this thing's a little heavy. Okay. I'm going to pause you guys until I get this lined up. Okay, folks. The caliper is not tight yet. But right now I want to put the brake line on. It came with 2 new crush washers, which is nice. Came with a new bolt and everything. We'll get that put on. The reason I like to get this put on early there is a reason to my madness, folks. I like to put this on early because I start to bleed this by pouring some fluid in the master cylinder and opening the bleeder and letting it flow through. And that gets most of the bleed taken care of. Because I was gone for a while and this stood open for a minute. Okay, my bleeder screw is open. I'll come back to that in a minute. So right now, I'm going to add some brake fluid. Top this off a little bit. Well, looks like that's empty. So let me go grab us another thing of brake fluid. I'm going to close that because I won't be here. And I'll stop you while I go get the brake fluid. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too long for you guys. I just had to run into my shop. Let's open that back up. Put a little bit more brake fluid in up here. Okay. I use the rest of that. Again, I've got a couple bottles. They're almost empty, so I'm going to finish it up. I'm going to get one out of the back of the Jeep right now. I'll be right back. Okay. Hopefully there's enough brake fluid here to finish this. This is the last of what I got. Okay, and that's just above the fuel line, and that one's empty. Let's crack this open for a little bit. Let that run until the caliper's full. It looks like I'm going to have to pick up some more brake fluid someplace. But while that is doing its bleed, I will come in here and get these bracket bolts tightened up. And these bracket bolts are 17 millimeter. Let's do it this way. Nope, that's not going to work. That's too thick. So we'll go in from the back with this. Maybe. These are 18s. Close that bleeder because there's nothing coming out yet. Here in a minute, I'm going to have the wife come over and we'll bleed these brakes. As soon as I get these caliper brackets tight. Everything else should be pretty good. They're long bolts. Now, these are supposed to be a certain torque. I do not have a torque wrench, so they'll get tightened to right about there. Now, since I put all my brake fluid in, and we're pretty well ready to button things up and put the tires back on, I'm going to have my wife come over and we'll do some bleeding. And once she gets over here, we'll do this together and we'll go from there. Okay, folks, I'm going to zoom you in a little bit here, closer to the bleeder. Now, I got my lovely assistant, my wife, here helping me. So we're going to, she's going to help me by pumping the brakes. And I'm going to open the bleeder. Okay, bleeder's right here. So, honey, pump them up until they're hard. Whoops. Pump. I had that bleeder open a little bit. Okay, is it hard? Okay. Now, right that time, folks, that's a good sign. Okay, we're going to do it one more time. Yep, let it go. You pump. Hard. Okay, we're going to pop it. No air. Again, that looks good. So, we're going to tighten up the bleeder. That's fine. And now, folks, that's new calipers on the new caliper here. Rotor, or caliper, rotor, and pads on this side. And on the other side, we just put new pads. Because, again, they were under warranty. So, I'm going to button this up, put the tires back, or the wheels and tires back on it. And we're going to call it quits for this video. So, let's get ready to do our sign off. Hey folks, here we are, Hendrick Manor Bikes and Books. If you look at the background there, you can see my lovely assistant, my wonderful, amazing wife. Without her, I couldn't have done this as easy. We are Hendrick Manor Bikes and Books. Here on YouTube, we are Hendrick Manor. Follow us, folks. Like our videos. Hit that little bell in the corner to subscribe or to get notified when we get when the videos pop up. Again, we post our videos every Sunday. So follow us, folks. All you can do is help us. Check out my wife's YouTube channel, Deidre Nicole. And you can see the stuff that she's doing. She's got her cats of Garrett. She's got her stories. She's got her short books that are coming out. She's got regular books coming out. She's going to be doing some homeschooling, some artwork, some sewing. What else are you doing, honey?
Whatever I feel like doing.
See? Same thing with me. You never know what you're going to see on our videos. So just come back. Follow us. Again, follow along with the madness that is Hendrick Manor. We love you, folks. You have a good day.